Did you put yourself on that list? Who or what do you love? If you didn't, my sis, you have you have a little issue you got to work on. And it's okay. It's okay. It's not like whatever. But now that you know, when you know better, you do better, right? So hey, welcome to another episode of Sis Stop Sulking, a space that guides you to your dream life faster by making simple but actionable tweaks to your mind, body, and goals. My name is Miss Tasha Talks Life. I am a certified health and wellness coach, as well as an educator and educational consultant. So welcome to the show. First, I want to say happy Women's History Month to you. So excited for where the podcast is going. We are now on Roku, as well as YouTube and all audio podcast platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it. So today we're gonna get right into it. I want to know from you: do you struggle with mom guilt? Do you struggle with the life's demands, loss of identity, any of those things? If you do, you are going to want to get your journal, get your favorite pen, and I'm going to give you the 3-step blueprint on how to make over your mindset and amp up your self-care as well as transform your wellness, right? So let's get right into it. Again, if you're new here, I start each episode with a quote, and the quote is, "When you care for yourself as your very own beloved, with naps, healthy food, clean sheets, a lovely cup of tea, you begin to give in wildly generous ways to the world from abundance." That is from Anne Lamott. And when I was looking for, because I always search around and I'm looking for like the perfect quote to match the episode, this one spoke to me so profoundly because first I would say the with naps. That got me because your girl is serious about her naps. I try to take a nap every single day. I set my alarm for 30 minutes and I get my little power nap in that I'm ready to take on the rest of the day, the other half of the day. And so just it's so important. And I think that we as women are really slacking in the self-care, self-love department, which is nothing to, you don't have to feel bad about it. We just want to change it, because when you give to everybody else, yeah, you're a good mom, a good wife, a good friend, a good daughter, and all of that. But just imagine if you put yourself first, if you refilled your cup, if you prioritize the things that make you feel good, look good, and all of that, you'll be a great mom, great wife, great friend, because you're full, you're not depleted, you're not running around here on fumes. And so today I want to give you this 3-step blueprint that I have activated and many of my clients have used to help them to deal with the life demands, right? It's not going to be stress free. It's just stress less, right? So let's get right into it. And again, like I said, some of the hurdles is like just feeling guilty, mom guilt, wife guilt, all of that, because you feel like because you're putting yourself first that the kids are going to feel some type of way, or so whatever. And then you have life demands, because I know you're saying life be lifing, right? Life be lifing. That's like the thing now. And it's true. But there are ways to combat that. There are ways to be able to balance out life and the demands of life without losing your identity. And when I say balance, I think people get the misconception that balance means equal. There's nothing in your life that gets equal attention at the same time. So there's a period where your family may get more of your time versus your business or your company or your job. But the balance is where you know when to give a little, when to take a little, when to pour into yourself, when to be in focus mode, like whatever that is. So don't think that balance means equal, because that's not true. Nothing can be equal in your life at the same time. And so some of the tips to make over your mindset, the first one is unveiling your identity. So what that means is this: I want you to envision, or in your notebook, I want you to write 3 circles. You'll have 1 circle here, 1 circle here, and 1 here. And in this circle, you're going to write, who am I? Who are you, right? And please do not write, I am a daughter, a mother, a wife. That is the role that you play. Who are you is so much deeper than that. It's not about the things that you do or the role that it's deep down inside. When you sit still and when you sit quiet and when you think about yourself, who are you? You can like thinking about like, I'm smart, I'm resilient, I'm resourceful, I am healthy. Like those are the things that you want to write down. And then on this circle, you want to think about who am I not, right? And this one may be a challenge because they're like, who am I not? Like, what do you mean? What I mean by that is, what are the things that you feel are holding you back? Like, for example, I am not my past, right? I am not what they said I am, right? I am not those things. So you want to think about, and this is not something that you can just do right now while you're listening to me. This is something that you want to do in your own time, during your morning ritual, during your nighttime routine, whatever that is. That's when you want to do these activities. And then, so who am I? Who am I not? Who or what do I love? Who or what do I love? So you want to think about that. Think about it. You're writing it down, you're thinking. And then I want you to ask yourself, when you were thinking about that, as I said that, did you put yourself on that list? Who or what do you love? If you didn't, my sis, you have you have a little issue you got to work on. And it's okay. It's not like whatever. But now that you know, when you know better, you do better, right? So now that you know that you didn't even think about yourself, I want that to be a sign that you need to figure out how you're going to put yourself first. And by doing this activity is one of the steps to make over your mindset, right? The second activity or the second tip is to elevate self-awareness through visualization. What do I mean by this? And this is a very fun, and whenever I think about this or whenever I do this, it makes me go back to like being a kid, right? And daydreaming. So with this exercise, you're going to sit still and envision the life of your dreams. Think about all the things that make you feel good inside. What does that look like? And again, I'm not talking about a life where you're not going to work or whatever. But if you gotta go to work, where are you going? Are you working a job that you love? Do you have a business? Like whatever. Imagine doing the thing that you really love to do and making money. So from the time you get up to the time you go to bed, what does that look like? Sit down, take your time, and just go piece by piece by piece and think about it. When you wake up, is there somebody who's sleeping next to you? If you're single, do you have a man in this visualization, right? Because you want to manifest the things that you want. Are you a boss? Are you traveling? Are you homeschooling your kids? Like whatever it is, visualize it. And then take it a step further and write it down. And when you're writing it down, you want to write it down as it is happening. Feel all the feels, right? Connect the vision with the feeling and believing that it's possible for you, right? And I also want to say, when you are visualizing yourself, make sure that you are internal, inside of it. You're seeing the view, the activity, the events from inside. You're not watching yourself in third person. So it's very important. That's a very important strategy because it allows it to attach the feeling to it. And then it's more of the manifestation, is you're attracting it more into your life. So, and another tip with that, which I heard from, I can't remember where I heard it from, was where they said was, when you're manifesting or you're visualizing your life and your future life, say for example, if you have kids, if you vision your kids older, how you're prolonging, right? You're prolonging the manifestation. You're prolonging it because you're looking at your kids. My kids are 9. My oldest is 21, but my little ones are 9 and 8. And so when I visualize, I see them just like this. They're not 10 and 12. They're not, because I'm not prolonging what God has for me. I want it now. So I'm manifesting it and I see them at this age, right? And so those are 2 little tips. See yourself inside. So you just see your hands. You see, when you go to a mirror is the only time you see your face, right? And then seeing your family and your kids in the present moment. All right. So that's the second tip. And then the third and final tip, before I give you the third tip, I want you to let me know right now, what is your biggest hurdle? Is it the mom guilt? Is it the life demands? Is it the feeling unworthy? What is it that's holding you back or making you feel less than, or feeling like you can't, perform or show up as your best self? Let me know in the comments, and I'm interested to hear it. And then the last tip number 3, is crafting your life's narrative. So what that means is the negative things that you speak over your life, the negative things that people have told you about yourself, rewriting that story, right? It's not true, right? It's not true. So you want to rewrite the story. If, for example, my family has always told me my entire life that I talk too much, right? And the teachers used to move me around the classroom because I talk too much. On my report card, talks too much. And it was funny because I was like, in my head, I'm like, you can move me anywhere in this room. I'm going to talk to the kid that don't talk at all in the room. And so as I got older, I would hold back from speaking to people or just speaking up a lot, like, because I felt like I talk too much. I don't want to, especially in rooms that were unfamiliar. And look now, I talk for a living. I go to different events. I'm speaking. I have a show. So I found the proof that that's not true, and that's not a problem. It's not a bad thing. So I want you to rewrite the story. I want you to shift your mindset. And with that, when you rewrite the story, think of some mindset declarations. I call them mindset declarations. It's the same as affirmations. And speak life over yourself and rewrite that story. So just to recap, the first tip is to identify who you are, who you're not, and who or what do you love. The second tip is to raise your self-awareness with visualization and seeing the life that you want, writing it out. And then the third tip is to change the story that you've been told, that you've adopted, and that you've been telling yourself all these years. Change the story and attach some affirmations to it to affirm yourself. I want to know, which tip will you implement first in your life? Which one do you like? Which one resonates with you? Just let me know. If you are getting something from this show, like, subscribe, share with at least one friend. And also, I have something for you that's going to give a deeper dive to these 3 steps, which is called the Mom's Reboot: How to Transform Your Overall Well-Being and Amp Up Your Self-Care. It's a free e-guide that gives you the framework for first step, who you are, who you're not, and what or who you love. It also gives you, outside of these tips, it gives you some self-reflecting prompts, also a self-care assessment. How well are you taking care of yourself? So you answer the questions, and then it gives you, at the bottom is a rubric, so you'll be able to identify the areas that need a little more love, a little more attention, and then the ones that you can celebrate, like, okay, I'm good in this area. And then lastly, it gives you 10 game-changing tips for elevating your health and wellness. So it's jam-packed with information. It's all for you. You can go to TashaOwens.com/ebook, and it's going to give you the free e-guide, okay? And before we end, we are going to end with mindset declarations. If you're new here, every single episode I end with mindset declarations. We write them in our journal. We have over 93 episodes. And in each episode, there is an affirmation, 2 or 3, that you can add to your journal. So I'm giving it to you. If you don't know the words to speak over your life, I'm giving it to you. And I want you to write them down, say them out loud, look in the mirror, write them and say them until you believe it, because you are special. You are a woman of impact. And so I want you to feel like it, speak it, act like it, and all of that. So here's the declaration. I am more than the roles I play. I possess the qualities I need to be successful. I choose to live in a way that will bring peace, joy, and happiness to myself and others. Okay? So those are the positive words that you want to speak over your life. There is power in the tongue. There is power in how you speak, feel, and believe about yourself. Also, how you speak over your circumstance, how you speak over your children. Just be very, very mindful of that, okay? And before we go, I just want to tell you this. I'm so excited. I really am. I'm excited for what God has for the show, what God has for me, what God has for you. So I just want you to be well. I want you to remember that your past does not dictate your better future. And I will see you in the next episode. Till next time.